next topic is separation of mixtures by using more than one method. Sometimes we want to separate the things, we want to follow the separation method, but in one activity sometimes more than one method is used for the separation process. Very often a single method of separation is not sufficient to separate the different components in a mixture. In this case, two or more methods of separation are used one after another. So let's read the activity 10. To separate the components of a mixture of sand and salt. It means a solution is there and we have to separate first component, that is sand, and then we have to separate the second component, that is salt. Add the mixture of sand and salt in a beaker containing water. It means water, sand and salt. These are the components of solution. Fine. So you will observe that the sand settles at the bottom of the beaker as shown in figure B. Like on next page, page number 35, the figure is given, the explanation of this paragraph is given with the help of diagram. So let's go to page number 35. Very simple explanation through diagram, very much clear. Like mixture of salt and sand. Sand settles down at the bottom after the sedimentation process. The first process we did, that is sedimentation. Fine. हमने क्या किया, salt और sand का mixture लिया, we dissolved it in the water and we kept it at rest for few minutes. What we did decantation process. So this one is the first process we did. Then second one, filtration and decantation. We filtered it and we did the decantation process also. हमने इस साफ पानी को क्या किया, फिल्ट्रेट किया और साथ ही साथ उसको decantation भी कर लिया. Next is evaporation. The water which is collected in this jar after the filtration and decantation process. So two processes we did at the same time. Second was filtration and third was decantation. Fine. So water collected in this jar, we kept it on the burner. When the burner provides heat to the solution, to the water collected in this beaker, the water will start evaporates, and as the whole liquid will evaporate, what will left in this bowl? Only salt will left. So after filtration and decantation, we followed our next step and the next process, that is evaporation. The fourth process we did, that was evaporation, and finally we are left with salt that is left after the evaporation process. So just after this diagram, again the yellow box, again it's time to revise the things. Again you have to do it and answers will be discussed tomorrow. So next is water, a universal solvent. Here a term used, universal solvent. What do you mean by universal solvent? Universal solvent means, why we say that water is a universal solvent? Because of its property, because water has the property of dissolving large number of substances in it. Water is called universal solvent because it can dissolve many things in it. Fine. When a substance is dissolved in water, it forms a solution. Like if you take a substance, salt or sugar, if anything get dissolved in water, what it makes? It makes a solution. The substance that is dissolved in water is called solute. Like if you have mixed salt or sugar in the water, it makes a solution, as well as the thing used to make a solution, that is called solute. The substance in which the solute is dissolved is called solvent. Like if you are going to dissolve salt or sugar in water, then that water is known as solvent. So read it again. The substance in which the solute is dissolved is called solvent. So just here I want you to pause the video and read these three definitions by your own. Now let's move on. Page 36, topic temperature and solubility. So in this topic, in this paragraph, it is explained that if you keep on adding more solute in the solution, more solute in the water, then the situation will arise when solution will not be ready to accept more solute in it, and that is called saturated solution. You must have experienced that if you keep dissolving more and more salt in a glass of water, after some time no more salt can be dissolved in it. आपने देखा होगा कि if you take a small portion of water and if you add 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar or salt in it, then what will happen? First 2 teaspoons will easily mix up with the water, but later on, if you will keep on adding sugar in it, it will get settled at the bottom of the water. A solution which this is because the solution has become saturated. What is saturated? When the solution is not ready to accept more solute in it, then it becomes saturated solution. However, more solute can be dissolved in a saturated solution by heating the solution. It means if we increase the temperature of the solution, you can add more solute in it. We can increase the solubility of the solute in that solution. So this paragraph is explained in this activity also. Like 3 jars you can see. 3 jars you can see. In first jar already there is a solution of sugar and water. Now this person is adding more sugar in the saturated water. Already this water is saturated. Saturated means water is not accepting more sugar, but this person is adding more sugar in it. So it has settled at the bottom of the beaker. Now the same beaker is kept on the burner. As it gets the heat, the water temperature rises, and in return what will be the result? The sugar which was collected at the bottom of the beaker, it will get dissolved in water. So hence it shows that we can increase the solubility of the substance by increasing the temperature of the solution. Fine. So again one more box at the end of the chapter. It's on page number 36. So this exercise will also be done by you, and we will discuss it tomorrow. So here we are finished with our chapter 3rd, that is separation of substances. Exercises will be discussed tomorrow. One advice, please keep on revising your lessons, your topics on the regular basis. Thank you.